In the sleepy, sun-dappled town of Oak Creek, nestled among rolling green hills and quiet, friendly streets, lived a cat who dreamed of more than just tuna and naps. His name was Whisker, a small tabby with a heart full of curiosity and paws that were always itching for an adventure. While other cats were content chasing sunbeams or batting at yarn, Whisker would sit by the window, his gaze fixed on the distant horizon, imagining far-off lands and forgotten treasures. He'd listen to the wind rustling through the old oak trees, convinced it was whispering secrets of the world beyond his garden fence. His grandfather, a seasoned adventurer in his own youth, had filled his head with tales of daring quests and legendary artifacts. Most dismissed them as tall tales, but Whisker held on to every word, his imagination painting vivid pictures of jungles, mountains, and ancient temples. One particularly lazy afternoon, while exploring the dusty, forgotten corners of the Attica place filled with relics of a bygone era, Whisker stumbled upon something extraordinary. A powerful sneeze, brought on by a cloud of ancient dust, sent a stack of old books tumbling down. And from between the pages of a leather-bound journal, a rolled-up piece of parchment fell to the floor. Whoa! What's this? A map! It looks so old. The golden bowl of the ancients. The very treasure Grandpa used to talk about. It's real! I knew Grandpa wasn't making it up. The map was intricately drawn, with faded ink and symbols that spoke of mystery and danger. It showed a path leading from Oak Creek through uncharted wilds to a place called the Mountain of Echoes. A fire ignited in Whisker's soul. This was it. This was the call to adventure he had been waiting for his entire life. With his grandfather's tiny, worn-out Explorer-S hat perched jauntily on his head and a compass that mostly pointed toward the kitchen, Whisker stepped out into the unknown. The familiar comfort of his home faded behind him, replaced by the thrilling uncertainty of the open road. He took a deep breath, the air tasting of freedom and possibility. Step 1. Leave the house. Check. Step 2. Don't get distracted by butterflies. Okay, that one's going to be tough. Let's do this. The whispering wilds were deeper and greener than any backyard Whisker had ever seen. Towering blades of grass formed a dense, confusing maze that rose high above his head, making the world feel immense and him feel very, very small. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and wildflowers, and the sounds were a symphony of buzzing insects and chirping birds he'd never heard before. He pushed forward, his small body fighting against the tangled undergrowth, his paws sinking into the soft, muddy ground. Okay, note to self. Mud is gross. And these leaves are huge. They feel like giant, floppy ears. Is that a bug or a monster? It has way too many legs. Focus, Whisker! Focus! The map says, cross the Shimmering Creek. He followed the faint trail on the parchment, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and excitement.
The whispering wilds lived up to their name.
The wind rustled through the leaves, sounding like hushed secrets being passed between the trees. Every shadow looked like a lurking predator, and every sudden sound, a snapping twig, a rustle in the bush felt like a challenge. The creek, when he finally reached it, was wider and faster than he'd imagined. It shimmered in the sunlight, but its current looked strong. Whisker hesitated for a moment, his fur bristling. A true explorer never turns back, he reminded himself, puffing out his chest. I'm not scared. I'm just checking the ground for safety. Yeah. That's it. Taking a running leap, he landed gracefully on a series of mossy stones, his natural agility serving him well. He was across. He had faced his first real obstacle and won. A surge of confidence propelled him forward, deeper into the wild, deep within the Mountain of Echoes. After a long and tiring climb, Whisker found the entrance to the lost temple. It was a crack in the rock face, almost completely hidden by hanging vines and ancient moss. The air that flowed out was cool and smelled of stone and thyme. Hesitantly, he squeezed through the narrow opening and found himself in a breathtaking cavern. The walls were embedded with shimmering crystals that pulsed with a soft, ethereal light, casting dancing patterns all around him. It was silent, save for the gentle drip, drip, drip of water somewhere in the darkness. It's so shiny in here. It's like being inside a giant geode. Everything smells like ancient history and old stones. He followed a narrow path that wound its way deeper into the cavern, his paws padding silently on the smooth rock floor. And then he saw it. At the center of the chamber, perched atop a magnificent stone pedestal, was a statue of a cat sculpted from pure gold. The golden statue! But as he approached, he saw that the treasure was not unguarded.
The floor around the pedestal was a complex mosaic of tiles.
As he watched, a tiny, bright red dot of light appeared, dancing playfully across the tiles. It darted and skittered, zigged and zagged, its movement utterly mesmerizing. The trial of the red dot, a laser-like light, danced on the floor, designed to be the ultimate test for any feline adventurer.
Whisker's instincts screamed at him.
His tail twitched, his pupils dilated. Must resist the dot. It's so fast. It's so red. No. I have to stay focused. The treasure is right there. He squeezed his eyes shut, shaking his head fiercely. He remembered his quest, the long journey, the reason he was here. With a mighty leap of faith, he vaulted directly over the distracting pattern on the floor, ignoring the seductive dance of the dot completely. He landed squarely on the pedestal, his paw resting on the cool, smooth surface of the golden statue. He had claimed his prize. The journey home felt shorter. The woods didn't seem so scary anymore, and the map, now safely tucked away, was a memory he would cherish forever. The familiar scent of Oak Creek filled the air, a welcome promise of home. The stars were out, glittering like a blanket of scattered diamonds in the night sky. Whisker walked with a new sense of pride, his steps lighter, his head held high. He carried the small, ornate golden bowl he had found nestled at the base of the statue, but as he neared his own backyard, a strange thought occurred to him. The golden bowl is cool, but I think my old ceramic dish at home is better for snacks. It's perfectly shaped for my face. At least I have a story to tell now. He slipped back through the cat flap, the house quiet and still. He placed the golden bowl on the mantelpiece, where it caught the moonlight and gleamed. Then he curled up in his favorite soft bed, the exhaustion of his long journey finally catching up to him. He was no longer just Whisker, the small cat from Oak Creek. He was Whisker the explorer, the brave adventurer who had faced the whispering wilds and conquered the trial of the red dot. He returned not just with the treasure, but with the spirit of a lion. He had learned that the real treasure wasn't gold, but the courage he found within himself. As he drifted off to sleep, a contented purr rumbled in his chest. Every great legend starts with a single paw step. Tomorrow, maybe I'll go to the moon. But first, a very long nap. Sleep well, little explorer. Your next adventure is only a dream away. Thanks for watching our story. Don't forget to follow for more adventures.